There's this one habit that changed my life, and I know it will change yours as well. I'll show you exactly how you can implement it in your life in this video. So exactly 9 months ago, I started reading every single day. Every morning I would sit down and read for 20 minutes, not more and not less. And this is by no doubt the single most valuable habit I ever started. That way I learn something new every single day and it doesn't take any additional effort for me to do so. I think I read over 20 books in the last 9 months. Just to compare, the 9 months before I read maybe 5. So that's a 400% increase. Just imagine how much you can learn by reading 400% more. I guess we all know the common problem. We want to read more, so we say, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna read a bit. Maybe next week. In the end, we barely got time to read. And I know some people might say, why should I read? I don't like reading. Well, that's a problem for another video. Let's assume you actually like reading, me included. I really love reading books and learning new things. The only problem I always had, no time. Or let's better say I never took the time, and if I did, it was maybe twice a month. I had an endless list of books I wanted to read, but it never got shorter. Maybe you can relate to that. So by reading Atomic Habits, back in December last year, I developed this new strategy: read 20 minutes every single morning. Okay, you might ask, why 20 minutes? Well, I found that it was a good compromise of not too less and not too much time. 10 minutes would be kind of not enough, and 30 minutes would always kind of take too much time in the morning. So 20 minutes seemed to be a perfect mix, and it truly is. Believe me, even if it doesn't sound that much, it really adds up in the end. Before, I wasn't even able to read a single book a month. Now I can usually read 2 to 3 books every month, and I don't take any extra time to do it. It's just happening every day, like waking up or brushing my teeth. And if you ask now, why in the morning? Well, you know what would happen if I would do it in the evening? Yeah, seriously, I'd fall asleep within 5 minutes. I really can't read before going to bed. I'm just way more active in the morning, and I feel it's a very nice way to start my day. Another great start in my day would be seeing your subscribe notification popping up on my phone. No, honestly, if you don't want to miss videos like that, subscribe to not miss anything else. I know it can be hard to get started with new habits, and it definitely was for me, but I used a little trick to keep myself accountable. I started an Instagram series called the 20 Minutes Morning, in which I always shared what I've learned on that day. So I just shared 3 to 4 sentences of the key points. And that was a win-win situation, because it held me accountable and it was also available for my subscribers. So I'd highly recommend to do something like that, since it gives you this extra push every day. But believe me, as more often you repeat a habit, as easier it gets. And now it's a non-negotiable part of my day. So that's how you can get easily started. And to make it even more fun, choose some books that you actually like to read in the beginning, so you start looking forward to those 20-minute sessions. This can be a fiction book or a non-fiction book. It doesn't really matter at the start. It's all about getting your daily session in. I personally really love non-fiction books, so I start with that right away. But if you like fiction, that's totally fine. The cool thing, if you start using social media as accountability partner, by summarizing, you'll also remember the things you read better. It forces you to think again about it, and it's almost the same effect as teaching someone something. You could, for example, also use X, aka Twitter, to write about what you have learned every day. And honestly, who knows, maybe you even start building an audience. If you really find it hard to get started, use a method called habit stacking. So after you do a certain habit that you already do every day, do the new reading habit after it. After brushing my teeth in the morning, I take my book and read for 20 minutes. Or after I brew my fancy morning coffee, I sit down comfortably on my couch and read for 20 minutes. You can literally make a nice morning ritual of it. Okay, and that's the habit. But I want to elaborate a bit more why reading every day is so important. Okay, so the first obvious reason, because you want to learn something. There are millions of books out there. Books have been around for hundreds of years. So apparently it works. Even though we have these days things like YouTube, Google or ChatGPT, reading an actual physical book is still kind of nice. I don't know about you, but I just really love holding like a real book in my hands. Just this typical smell of paper. I don't know, is it weird that I smell every book? It's also shown in a study that reading a few pages every day activates certain parts of your brain that increases memory recall and reduces the risk of dementia. So those are amazing news. But also fiction books are more useful than you think. This study shows that those who read fiction have an increased ability to empathize with the feelings and beliefs of others. Through exploring the character's perspective, it forces you to consider an outlook that differs from your own. Bringing this to reality, you may be able to apply the character's perspective to real-life situations. So now you know why reading 20 minutes every morning has changed my life. I was not only able to learn plenty of new things that then later opened me new opportunities, such as new clients or living here in Thailand, but I was also able to do something good for my brain every day. All of those things accumulate over months and years. Imagine you're going to do this habit for the next 5 or 10 years. It truly will change your life. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to not miss out any life-changing videos about productivity and self-development. See you in the next one.